And we're live
Good luck, man.
from the BCAPL Wisconsin State Championship. And we're trying something a little bit new. We've mic'd some players.
I was surprised you convinced him to do that.
Okay, we're good to go.
So we have Russ and Preston. It's a 5-7 race. And it looks like Preston got the first one.
That's weird.
What?
Oh, they're not coming on all the way. It's like it's not being received or something.
I gotta go to 7, he's gotta go to 5.
There we go.
Yeah, first game.
There, we got them both now.
Cool.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, just for you guys out there, just to know, we do have the players mic'd, so you probably won't hear a lot of commentary here. We're just going to watch this and try to keep up with the score and let you guys listen to the players.
Now Preston does have his dad over there, so
Right.
What? Yeah. 4. Missed that.
Well, Justin Allen felt I wouldn't have missed that.
Play a 13.
Again, if you're just now joining us, we have the players mic'd, so you won't hear much of the commentary, but you will hear the players. That's the BCAPL Wisconsin State Championship, and the players' names are up on the screen.
Open that up for you. 5 on the side.
Shot.
Side. Wow, that's a shitty shot. Nice help, Preston.
Thanks, man.
All right, that first rack goes to Preston, and me and Amy are back with you for just a minute. And we're just checking this out this first time just to see how this works, but we have a little
you
bit
wanna
of
sing?
microphone issues, but it should be coming around, so hopefully we can get some of that static out of there. We're working on it now.
Play the 7 ball.
Okay. 13. All the way to.
Yeah.
Right there, too. God damn. Yeah, it's in the spot. Oh, you take it off? Might have. What bothers me is when I miss like that. What bothers me is when I miss like that. I thought I hit that one pretty good. I guess. That's what I get for missing.
It's on. Yeah.
All right. I almost circled mine.
Preston goes up 2-0. And we're just going to sit back and watch this and see how this turns out.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna go tell him.
No, don't worry about it. So we tried that for a few minutes just to see what we could get out of that, but we're having trouble as they sit down between shots. They're shutting their microphones off because the button's on top of the remote. But it's kind of cool to hear, the players' reactions and stuff, and hopefully we can get that worked out to where we can get that button covered. So.
And we'll apologize for the players' cuss words.
Yeah. With it being the first time, they're not used to that, and emotions get high, and sometimes things slip out.
Oh, I'm guilty of it.
Yep.
Kenny was making fun of my, my alternative curse words, the ones for small children. He was making fun of those during load-in.
These two guys are real good sports, though, to try that out for the first time. Props to them. I know many pros that wouldn't let us mic them, so.
Yeah.
And Russ having to play Preston. Preston hits the ball very, very nicely.
That last game, that 3 ball that slid by, what was that, the 12 it slid by?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
He hits the ball very well, so I can understand the cuss words that came out of Russ there, because, you'd hate to miss against somebody like Preston.
Yeah, because you may not get back to the table.
Call who for what?
He's asking because they wanted to talk to somebody here about it, so
About playing tomorrow?
yeah, they're already registered for it. They don't know what they want.
Okay. Here, I'll handle it.
Yeah, they just call one of the two of us.
Can I give them your number?
Yeah, by tonight, though, they have to call.
That's your number?
Yep. They need to call by tonight.
Okay.
Because otherwise.
Okay, so Hank wants to know who we are.
Okay, Jeremy Jones, Bad Boys Billiard Productions, and my wife Amy Jones. We both work for Bad Boys. We run tournaments all over the country.
Yeah, we got roped into doing the cold one.
Yeah. Yeah, normally we would actually be at Derby right now.
I think I got tricked. I think somebody lied to me. Somebody lied to me.
They told us there was a free vacation or something.
Hotel was going to be paid for. All you had to do was get there. Something like that. This whole cold and all that.
Yeah.
They could have kept all that.
But we run around and do tournaments all over the country. We do.
Sometimes we're with Rick and Bonnie, sometimes not.
Yep. Bad Boys is expanded quite a bit, and we run multiple tournaments at the same time.
Mad Mark says bad boy and wife. Oh, that's a first,
Yeah,
Now that was a motorboat.
yeah, it wiped its feet. Yeah.
I can't do that very well. There we go.
As most people know, diamond tables are very, very known for that. You hit that just a little bit and it's going to bobble.
It's kind of motorboat.
That was a pretty good defensive shot there by Russ. Amy had to go do a check real quick. So I'll try to follow along with this with you guys, but I won't be able to read the chat from where I'm sitting, so she'll have to check that when she gets back. Looks like that safety worked out for Russ, and he's coming back. He's going to start off with the 2-ball. Not sure where Russ is going with this one. It looks like maybe he may try to play this 6 on the side and just ease down the table for one of the 2 balls up the top.
All right, Kenny had already done it.
Oh, okay.
I just thought I had heard it. Yeah, he wanted a shirt. I said, give me $60, I'll give you a shirt.
Yeah.
I gave him candy instead. And he's going to have to answer that.
Yes.
Looks like if he plays his cards right, Russ plays his cards right, he's going to get on the board with this game. Don't roll so far. I got faith in him. He can do it.
Yeah, we'd have to do it now because we're going to do the draw tonight. So. Okay. Give me just a second. Who scored there?
Russ. What's the most popular cue used here? At this tournament specifically? Yeah, I wouldn't know. Yeah, I know that Jacoby has a booth set up, and I've seen some peach hours and a Sean. Gennaro's going to come and talk to me so I don't have to talk to myself.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is G-Man back at the mic here.
Yay! I don't have to talk to myself. I sound so silly when I talk to myself. Cause
Oh, that's all right.
I have brown hair, but I put blonde highlights in it.
I'm sure the guys just like to hear a female voice from time to time. It's all guys. Well, that's didn't leave them too
Oh
much
my God!
off the break.
How do
here,
you
did
leave
he?
the cue ball there?
I don't know. He's just gonna play a little nip safety here.
Yeah.
And you did just that. Yeah, there was not much you could do off of that. I would expect something probably similar with this 13 ball here. It's probably just.
Well, I don't
gonna-
know that it's been determined. I think we're still working off the
Oh
break.
yeah, no, it is for sure. It's open.
So, tap, tap, duck, duck, goose. I mean, you were right.
Yeah.
I was betting 1,000 the other day calling people shot. I was like, oh, he's going to do this. Jeremy's like, no. And I'm like, yes, he's going to do this. And I was betting 1,000.
Yeah, I still don't think he has a good shot. He might be able to make that 10 in the side now. I'm not sure even about that though.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them wants
Here's
to
the
play
thing:
with it.
is that the table is spread pretty well. It's a fairly runnable table, and I think neither guy really wants to let the other guy be the first one to the table with a good starting shot.
Yeah.
I think he's going to try that 10 ball on the side.
I saw him make a shot a minute ago on a 3 ball that did not look makeable, so if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Preston.
sort of a little surprised he didn't hit that harder because that would have went down into that 12 ball. The 12 ball at this point for stripes is the one that's really the trouble ball because it doesn't pass by the 3 ball into the
You would think that, but
top
that's
right
something
corner.
that he did with the 3 ball earlier, and it went by. You wouldn't have thought it went by, but it did. It wasn't supposed to go on any table.
I think he can hit this, and he's going to try to probably get shape on. Yeah, it's coming around there. Boy, I don't know. He's delaying a decision on that 14 ball. We'll see what he ends up doing. He can probably actually. I don't think he can go forward. I think he can draw back to the long rail off. Oh, maybe it does go.
I told you. He sees things.
Well,
He's got better eyes than we do.
It's a little hard from, to be fair, it's a little hard from our perspective on shots like that, whether they pass by. So
Yeah. Well, the other one was down on this corner,
yeah,
and it didn't look like it went. It did.
he was trying to open up that pocket for the 8 ball. I don't know if he was quite successful in doing so. But not sure if that 8 ball passes by the 4 or
It
not.
really doesn't look like it.
He has a little bit of a tester here because now he's got to play that into the side pocket, I think.
Yeah, to make that 11 ball, you had to let that cue ball loose a little bit.
It might go past that 4 ball. Oh, that was such a smart shot. Oh, wow.
That would
was
have been genius.
Yeah, that was such a
I
smart shot.
didn't see that one. He sees things differently. Like I said, he's got better eyes than we do.
Yeah, he's a pretty good shooter. He's a 621. That's a very sporty Fargo rating. That is a very sporty Fargo rating.
Yeah. I'd have never thought to attempt that, but that was pretty genius.
Yeah, he may even have played for that.
I don't know what he mean by let's go gopher.
Perhaps one of the nicknames. I don't know.
We call them pocket squirrels.
Is that one of the? Is that one of the players' nicknames, Tom? Watching chat here as we're waiting for him to shoot. As Russ take his next shot here. Wisconsin State BCA tournament. What is this, day 3 now? Day 3?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Mm.
Because we started Tuesday night with 9 ball.
So day 4.
It's Russ's nickname.
Oh, okay.
Gopher? I'm not sure I want to know the story on that one.
Well, I think he can cheat the pocket possibly and break that ball out here. Let's find out. Yep, sure could.
Oh, yeah. That was beautiful.
Actually, that worked out quite nicely.
He couldn't have asked for a better.
Well, he's got a couple of options here. He can just tap it and play the 8 all the way down, or he can try to
Come off the other rail and
do
come
something a little. I think he's just going to tap it and take the harder shot down the rail.
back. Yeah, I would definitely do that because trying to go in between all those balls that are on the rails on the other side and
Pretty
come
risky.
back up.
Yeah, pretty
You
risky.
don't know if you're going to get there or not. Less margin of error. Oh, that's got a Hoover. My mom used to not let us say that sucks when we were
I
kids.
see. I got
so
you. Yeah.
she'd always. So we got around it by saying that Hoovers.
Nice.
I got older and moved out and everything. And years later, I said that Hoovers, and she was like, Electrolux, it's a much better product.
Well, he ran down that table so nicely. Yeah, that's just too bad he couldn't finish that off. But he gives Russ, as we've learned, Gopher a chance here to.
Oh, yeah, we had to turn off their mics. They kept cutting out when they were sitting down. It's a good thing, too,
Oh.
because I've heard a few extra cuss words since
No.
we turned them off.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe Scotch doubles. I was talking a little earlier with Kenny about that, and maybe Scotch doubles would be interesting, to be able to hear the banter back and forth. I would think pool would, other than maybe golf, would have to be one of the least sports that would be interesting to know what the players are probably saying during the match.
Yeah, I mean, they can't all be Earl Stricklands.
No, thank goodness for that. Love Earl Strickland, but
oh my God, he's a character.
I've had a few opportunities, shall we call them, to issue Mr. Strickland player misconducts and penalties. Well, Russ not wasting too much time going through these. Just a stop shot, more or less, for this. And pretty much the same for the 3-ball. Nice little angle to come back to the middle of the table. Just wants to come back to the middle of the table and
slow down, cue ball.
Yeah, that's pretty good shape.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, that was a nice finish for him.
Russ probably likes that score quite a little bit better.
2-2, yeah. 2-2.
Yeah, I laughed Earl Strickland at Southern Classic because they had this shuttle that ran from the convention center to the casino to the 2 hotel towers, and he got on the bus and he was talking about himself as he always does. Talking about how he got his nickname Earl the Pearl, and it was after some basketball player years and years ago. Mm-hmm. And the bus driver said, "Yeah, I know who he is. He wasn't very good either."
Well, it looks like we have
Arlie, which is Russ's wife.
Russ's wife is cheering him on here.
I thought she was in the room. Was she across the room watching?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe she had to. She might still be in the room watching. I'm not sure. It's so interesting because it's, like when my spouse would watch, I would actually feel more nervous.
Oh, Jeremy's not allowed. Jeremy's not allowed in the room.
Would feel more nervous, and goodness knows we could not play Scotch doubles together. Oh, it's like, ugh.
Well, Jeremy, me and him can't either because we think he's a righty, I'm a lefty, and we don't play the same runouts. Like, he could tell you shot for shot what I'm going to do, but he will not follow through with my run out. And I'm too stubborn to try and use his.
Oh, wow. That was an unexpected miss. It's almost, that table was sitting so nice for a run out that it looked like he was just like kind of going around, and that one, the pocket just jumped out a little bit.
Pocket squirrel.
Yeah, exactly. Like the earth shifted for a second.
Pocket squirrel.
But Russ is coming up here. I think his starting shot is really the key here. I'm not sure he can make that 14 ball. I think he probably would have already shot it if he could, because it would have been a natural shape to be able to draw back up under that 11. I think he's going to play the 13 down into what is our lower left corner. That would be my guess. But it's the shape. He'll probably try to draw it over toward the long rail toward the 9 ball.
That was a beautiful shot.
Just like that. He still has to get the 2 balls, the 2 stripes up in the upper left corner. Those are still a little bit tricky. He's going to have to fall. If he can get that 14, this might be the opportunity to do it. If he does it, he'll just play lightly off the rail, play the 11 back up in the other. Oh, he's going to draw out of it. Try to drop back up by the 5.
Beautiful, beautiful shot. I did not see that squeezing through there, of course, from our angle. Okay, so we have Preston's fiance in here. Hi, Samantha.
Oh, lots of support from
Gary is
the significant others.
Gary is in, cheering on because Earl of Pearl Monroe, the basketball player.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bus driver was saying that to get under Earl Strickland's skin. It was quite funny.
Oh, that is funny.
He was like, yeah, he wasn't very good either. And because he spent 10 minutes talking about himself.
Yeah.
And so the bus driver was like, no.
It's so interesting, though, the effects that Earl has had on the game of pool. And, I mean, even Shane Van Boning. Oh, he's going to go real first on this.
It's pretty smart, though, if
Yeah,
that's all he felt he could do.
Well,
to
he was
get there.
straight in. Now, here's the thing. He's dead straight in again. So trying to get shape on that 8 ball is going to be a little bit
I think he
tricky.
might have just enough angle. Well,
I don't think so. He's pretty straight. And even worse yet, he's pretty close to the rail. So he's not going to be able to get he's not going to be able to get a lot of action on the ball.
He's going to try like hell, though.
Could. Boy, I would. That adds such. When you elevate your cue like that, that adds so much of a degree of difficulty to it.
Yeah.
Well, this is a pretty natural run out now, because he can shoot the 7 ball. He can get shape on the 1 in the side, the corner. It's pretty much his option. All right, now he's going to shoot that. Probably try to play shape for the 1.
Yeah, other side.
Might choose the 5 first.
Yeah, because he needs a way to come over here and get to the 8, back to the 8 ball without too much funk. I mean, unless he drew it back and...
He moves the cue ball around pretty well, so that doesn't seem to be the deterrent for him having to really put a stroke into it.
That's true.
And at 621, you would expect him to be able to move that cue ball around pretty good.
I could take him. I ain't scared. I say that about everybody, though. I ain't scared of nobody. Put on your pants the same way I do. Well, maybe. There's a lot of jumping up and down.
See, the thing is, I've played high enough level pool that I know different for myself. so I know that there's quite a difference that can happen.
Oh. About how they put on their pants?
I'm pretty sure some of those guys put their pants on different somehow. I'm not sure how that's accomplished, but they go and jump into them like a fireman or something, but not sure how. But some of those guys, they definitely are extraordinary players, and they can, that the repetition. You watch guys like some of those guys, Shane Van Boning and some of the great European players, where they're just so precise and can just replicate the same small motions over and over and over.
And that comes from
again.
hundreds of hours of doing that, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah,
For sure.
we had to stop by Derby City on our way here and set up the recording equipment there, and so we were there Wednesday. Yeah, we were there last Wednesday, and Bonnie came up to the desk and said, "Look what I just saw," and it was Alex Paguline up in the action room, just practicing by himself. It was an empty room.
Yeah.
2 days before the event started.
For sure. Well, I think stripes look pretty good here. I would have to think he's going to take those stripes, because it's really, the 11 ball might be the only kind of stickler, but because it doesn't quite pass. But man, those stripes, I would want those in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that 11 ball, I can see it from here.
Yeah, but he has ways he can get. He has ways he can.
If he gets
deal
the
with
right
that.
angle on the 15, he can break it out a little bit and get that 14 out of there too.
Well, he may shoot the 13 and just choose to nudge it out here, because he has a lot of safety valve shots. The 13, if he loads it up with a little top, he's gonna go ahead and elect to shoot that ball first. Come back down. The 11 ball does go in the other corner where the 4 is, so he could, if he can get a nice shot where he can just sort of play the 13 and stop at some point, that probably is really going to be his. Well, that was nicely played. Yeah, this is, a little bit of a more difficult shot, but it really gives a nice natural angle to get back over for the 13.
Yeah.
Hit it maybe a little hard.
You're getting a little close to your work there, buddy.
I think that 11 banks here. And I think that 11 might go by the 4.
No.
It's tight. It's tight. But it might.
See, there's so much I could say to that comment. It's tight. But I'm not allowed to.
Well, there you go. Probably blush as it is. So.
And I did make a guy blush the other night with one of the singles matches. He said, or Scotch Devils, he said, "No, is this going to be on YouTube?" I said, "We're live streaming it to YouTube right now." He said, "It'll be up on YouTube immediately after." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Good, I like to watch." I was like, "What?"
Well, this is Russ at the table right now, and Russ is. I tell you, what happened on that shot was because you cut that, so it was kind of a thin cut, and you want to make sure you hit it hard enough because you wanted to come off and come all the way back across the table. But these rails are pretty lively, man. You hit that rail, and that can just jump off that rail.
Out of the 36 tables, I think all of them but maybe 6 or 8 are brand new.
So a little slippery, but also, quite. He's gonna kick at this. Wow.
Oh.
Well, he's going to definitely want to address that 4 ball first. 3 balls is sitting in a little bit of a funny spot. Also, the 1
Yeah, but
and the
that
6
3 ball,
are...
I love that shot. If you get over here on this side of the side pocket.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
straight
it
into
can
the
definitely be made.
Bank in a corner pocket. I love that shot. Everybody's like, "How do you do that?" I said, "I've seen somebody else do it one time."
That 1-6 is... I think that moving between that 1-6 is really kind of the key here to this out.
I think what he's going to do is do this right here and try and bring that in between the two and just do one and then the other. That's what I would do.
No, he got it. He got the 1. Probably just slow play this and then shoot it all the way down. No, he is not slow playing it. He's going to draw it out. Oh, he's going to come back, go back and forth here. Just did not like the transition from playing that 6 down to the 7 from where it was sitting. So this is Preston. Preston 621 Fargo rating. That's why he's giving up a couple of games to Russ.
Well, if Preston wants to win, he can't follow suit what he did last time he got 2 games up, which was let Russ come and win 2 games. So that put Russ on the heels. Good job. Good job.
I have to say, though, it's impressive. Neither of these guys really seem to be feeling the heat. It's like there are some people you can tell they're not used to being in the finals, or they're not used to being maybe on streaming, and you can kind of see that decision-making slow down and a little more tentative. But these guys, I'm not getting that vibe from
That
them,
last
from
match
them.
that we streamed, one of the guys, we tried to convince him to mic up, and he was like, "No, I'm already nervous enough about being on the stream." No, I don't think so. So that does play a factor into it. I just try to ignore that they're even there. The chat, that's where we were talking about how they put on their britches.
Oh, I see.
That's a spinning 10 ball, ain't it?
Yeah, that one had a little extra shoosh on it. This is going to be an interesting decision because the stripes are not sitting. The stripes, I think, are generally sitting a little
Funky. Well, you got the 14 up there tied
Funky.
up with the 4, and you got the
right.
11.
And the thing is, you have the 1 or the 5. You could get that, the 4 ball out of there. But the 2 ball's also not sitting in. It's sitting in a little funny too. And of course, the 6 ball.
Yeah, there's just really no pretty way to get out of here.
You can hit this and go into that 13 ball now. So that
Let's see.
yeah,
Now
that
you're
takes
just
care
showing off.
that takes care of one of those things. The other thing is he has an angle now where he could shoot. I can't tell. Is that the 12 ball that's down in the top left? But he could shoot that ball and go into the 14 right now if he wanted to, or at any point he really wants to.
Yeah, I think that's a 12 ball. I still can't get my Skittles balls.
Oh,
numbers
the
right.
other thing he could do is he could play that 14 off the 5 because if he does that, that sends the 5 into it too.
Yeah, that is true. That's probably.
I think that's what he's looking at.
That looks like what he's gonna do.
Yeah,
That's
that looks
genius.
That looks like what he's looking at here.
See, I learned by watching all this and doing this. I learned different ways to look at shots that. Oh, so close to getting that out of there.
Yeah, that was. He actually can back cut that ball up in the top. I still can't see what ball. It must be the 10 ball. 10 ball that's up
10
there.
ball way up in the left corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the 10 ball.
that's really probably the ball he's going to shoot here. Well, it's a little bit of a tougher shot, but on the bright side, he's probably going to go into those balls over there and has a good chance of breaking that 14 out if he can pull this off. Pretty much a natural angle to go out and break out those balls. Oh. Yeah, that's a little bit of a tough shot to gauge because you're trying to think of like, all right, so I want to hit it this thin at this speed and to break out those balls. So it's like you have so many things on your mind. It's that hand-eye
Yeah, those back
brain
cut
computer.
shots can be brutal on trying to figure out your spin and how hard you got to hit it and where your cue ball's gonna go.
Well, this is the 2019 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championships. I'm Gennaro Vasquez, G-Man, and
Amy Jones.
Amy Jones. We're broadcasting live this great match here, the men's singles,
Mixed singles.
mixed singles.
Yeah, we had to change it. Because everybody's included in this one.
Well,
but
they
the women
should
can
be.
play in the women's one if they want to,
As
or
they-
they can play in this one.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, when I growing up and learning to play and stuff, I didn't have the women's option.
Mm-hmm.
So going to having to play all women's events, it was really weird for me.
He's sitting a little funny. I mean, he's going to have to make some nice shots and some nice position plays because he's not really exactly in line. Maybe he can get back in line, but right now he's sitting a little funny. Yeah.
Oh, now he's really funny.
Yeah. He has a couple of options here. He can try to cut the 6 into the lower right, but I kind of think a safety is possible here too. He might just play off this 7 and leave it come off that short rail right up on the 8 ball.
That's one thing I haven't seen out of these guys, is, other than the one.
I don't think
game.
come to think, I'm not sure he can, but he can play off the 6 and get over behind the 8 ball. Now that I look at it, I don't think he can hit the 7. Yeah, that's what he's looking at. He's going to shoot the 6 and try to lay the cue ball right up behind the 8 ball. Might hit a little hard. Well, actually, that's not bad. I mean, it's can't
Oh, I
tell
think
if
the
he's
11
got the
will go.
13 ball or not.
I think it'll go. Yeah. That looks like, yeah, I'm thinking it'll go.
Ooh. Those shots are not easy. Those those long shots where the cue ball and the object ball are close, but there's a long distance to the pocket. They're not as easy, I think, as they look. Oh, tactical move here. Russ is just going to take an intentional foul. Or, I'm sorry, that was Preston. Take the intentional foul and tie up those balls. So now Russ has some options, but he has one big problem, and that's because the 8 ball and I think that's the 7 ball. So you going to try to go into that 8 ball right now? Yep, he sure is. Oh, he did that so nicely. Wow. Oh, that ended up being a great shot because now even the available pocket for the 3 ball is cut off even somehow if he doesn't find his way out here. He wants to keep coming a little more. I think he would have loved to shoot that 13 ball next, but I think I see a 9 ball in his future here. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna shoot the 9 ball, come out 2 rails for the 13 next. That would be my guess. But yeah, he's gonna. Let's look at cutting the 13.
If that's what he's comfortable with.
You gotta hit this ball so thin, and that 6 ball looks awful big on the other side.
Ooh, look at that. Now what?
Yeah.
You can't win for losing sometimes.
Well, he saw that the 6 ball was in the way natural too. So what he did was he put a little inside English on it to have it come short. But the problem is that it came up short enough that it went into the balls. So that's how we created this situation.
So bank shot?
Oh yeah. Yep.
My daddy owns the bank.
Cross side.
That's what I used to tell people. Beautiful.
Yeah, that
may leave him even better than all the other shots that could have led there.
Yep. And this is pretty much a stop shot. He doesn't have to do anything here. This is a natural angle to be able to make that 8 ball. I don't think you would want to. The big trouble you get into sometimes is when you try to improve it just a little bit. I think he's just going to stop this, shoot this as a stop shot more or less, and just take the tougher shot on the 8.
That's definitely how you should do it. Because if you try and get too fancy, then you run the risk of getting out of line. Jeremy gets too fancy.
Oh, I think we all tend to sometimes.
I don't. Unless I'm drinking.
Well, Russ keeps up the pressure a little bit.
I warned Preston. I told you I was warning Preston because he does what he did last time and gets 2 up and lets Russ play catch up.
Well, still though, I mean, with the race to 2 and Preston has to go to 3, you would think the higher rated player still has the slight edge. As of now, statistically, the higher rated player is still going to have that little bit of edge, but we'll see. Because Russ, he's shooting pretty good. $79 people watching right now. Thank you so much for joining us. Please hit that like button because it helps us out, and also you'll be notified anytime that we go live and present things like this for you. The like button, the thumbs up button, whatever you want to call it, down in the corner.
Well, they gotta hit the
screen.
subscribe button to get notified. But also, we're gonna be streaming in Michigan at the Michigan BCAPL State Championships
that's starting
next week.
on Tuesday, right? Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Hmm.
Starts Wednesday.
Gotcha.
But, because Tuesday is our load-in day. But yeah, it starts Wednesday. And it's always a lot of fun there. And we have a really good crowd that should be there. Oh, hi. Pro Level Mix from Texas. I love my Texas people. My Texas people feed me.
He's going to play the solid, I think, yeah. He does. Oh, this worked out fantastic because that 5 ball, I think he has the angle he can
Break out.
It's close. That's kind of what he's trying to assess right now because it's somewhat there, but it would be forcing it just ever so slightly. And he's gonna elect to take the 3 instead. Oh, a little safety action.
We haven't seen much of that.
Yeah, I think as we get down to the finals and
We'll definitely start seeing more the further into the event we get.
I think that this is to advance to the hot seat, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is what I think this puts us into the hot seat, this match.
Yeah, that would be about right. Because I think they've got finals scheduled for 9 or 10 o'clock.
Hey, Kenny, does this match put us in the hot seat? Put us into the hot seat? Is this to go into the hot seat?
Okay, so we just found out this is the 3rd, 4th place match for now. So
We're getting close.
we are getting close. Full day of action today, culminating in some great finals tonight. The finals will be tonight. So stick around here. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe if you would be so kind, and join us for some of that. In Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I'm a Viking fan, so this is kind of like enemy territory. Don't laugh. But it's...
I was laughing at Hank in the chat
Oh,
room.
I see what you're saying.
He's being brutal. Not nice, Hank. Don't make me put you in timeout. I'm really happy they put that on the chat here, timeout, because it makes me feel like a school teacher. Bad boy, bad boy. Timeout for you. So, what was you saying about being a sucky fan? I mean, a Vikings fan?
Oh, yeah. This is so. This is Green Bay. So this is Green Bay is one of our big rivalries. So it's I'm trying not to let anybody know I'm a Viking fan here because
I noticed all
deep
the
behind
black.
enemy
You don't have
lines,
any
so,
purple.
Yeah, trying to disguise.
I really enjoy purple though. Purple's my favorite color.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
See, it doesn't matter to me. Hey now, SoCal, you be nice.
That was a great shot. Wow, that was a really nice shot. Pockets the ball, nudges out one of the trouble balls, and now Stripes are sitting really good.
Yeah, it don't get much better than that breakout. I always catch a hard time because I'm a Titans fan. Always have been. Even when I didn't live in Tennessee, I was always a Titans fan. So
He's got to do a little dance with this cue ball because he wants to be careful with the angles that he's moving around. It's not perfectly straight in, but
yeah, but I have
pretty
seen him
there.
squeeze between two balls closer than that 6 and the 5.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, of course. But this is not the This is not the time you want to start getting cute. You want to just really take, you know, if a shape is there, that's what you want to do. So he's going to play the 13 balls, got the 10 ball. Pretty much just have to stop this.
I wouldn't be surprised. There we go. See, he does that so beautifully. Getting right there and just slowly sliding past balls. You don't think they should go by. One more ball and he goes to 5. Good job, Preston.
Well, there you go. Well, that essentially keeps it a race to 2. Each player racing to 2, and with there being a substantial difference, I guess, you know, enough to give a 2-game handicap. That would have to at least statistically favor Preston at this point. But I'm sure Russ is going to try to have something to say about that.
Oh yeah, he's gonna make it difficult on him, for sure. Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow. That was a nice break. Oh,
Look at how many balls did he make?
Wow.
Lord, somebody tell that boy to make a ball next time.
And the cue ball is in the middle of the table.
Yeah, so it looks like he made 1 stripe and 2 solids.
Yeah, but in our rules, of course, as you know, that means the table's still open, so he can elect to take either. I think he's going to try to play this combo so he can go in, break out that 12 ball. Let's see. Yep.
Look at him go. He's continuously impressed me this week. I've watched him play quite a bit.
Only sort of weird shape is the 10 ball to the side.
But it goes in the corner too.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like it goes. It's as you
because
said,
he'll obviously get that 12 out of the way first.
Well, he navigates those kind of like tight pockets to the tight pockets pretty well, but that's. I'm guessing he would have at most half a pocket for that 10 ball. Is he going to try to, is he just going to stop this and take the shot, or is he going to try to play stop, stop, stop out, or is he going to try to go into the ball? We'll see.
Hank wants to talk Titans. I was trying to be respectful. But I typed and it didn't go anywhere. No, as far as being a Titans fan, yes, it was always for the Titans. I didn't even start liking football until like 2001 or so. And so, yes, I have always been a Titans fan since I started liking football. I never liked it. And then I moved, and that was all I could get on my TV on the weekends. So I learned to love it.
I blame my dad. He raised me as a Viking fan from the time I was in diapers. I'll never forgive him for it.
Well, if it was up to my family, I'd be all about college football, and it'd be Arkansas Razorbacks.
Well, here we go with the 10 ball. This is a key shot. Oh, get out of the way, 8 ball. It did. Well, that worked out quite well because he kind of got that 8 ball out of trouble. I wonder what he's going to do here, though. It's a little bit of a tricky transition for the 14.
I did a 14 first, and then
looks like
come
that's what
back
he's
off
doing.
the rail this side of the middle
speed
diamond.
is so hard to gauge off of this, though.
Not really. See?
Oh, he did that very nicely.
He did that beautifully.
Yes, he did.
So proud.
Yes, he did.
See, that's just how I'd have done it. Except I'd have done it left-handed.
I see. So you'd have done it backwards as far as that's concerned.
No, I'd have just done it left-handed.
I see.
Not backwards.
So Preston goes to the hill. Russ comes up to break. That was a really nice break that time.
That was a beautiful break.
That
I
was
just
a
wish
really
you'd have made
nice
a ball.
break. Yeah.
Or 4.
Made a few and then left the cue ball in such a nice spot. That was
I always tell people that attempt to break and run, I said, I wish, it's more fun if we both get to play, right? Oh. We get dry.
yeah.
Dry break.
Yeah, it's not a good time for that, unfortunately, for Russ.
Here it looks like solids are the problem. We're down here with the 2 and the...
Yeah, it's a little tricky. I think he's going to shoot the 11, leave himself with a 9 ball right now.
My girl Heidi just got here. She was my first Wisconsin friend.
Looking to take care of the 14 actually first, it looks like. If he goes forward 2 rails, he can shoot the 9 in the side. He can play the 9. Oh,
God, I hate it when that happens.
man, he could make that 9 ball in the side pass. I guess he must have, because that's what he played for.
He wouldn't have played it that way if he couldn't.
Well, Russ is certainly excited to be at the table now. He's got really one big trouble there between the 2 and the 7. We'll see what happens. Well, he's figured out at least how he's going to start out attacking this. Pretty flat in the 4, but I think he can kind of come off. He might elect to shoot the 1 ball next.
I don't know. If he hits the rail and the ball at the same time, he'll come off it and just come on that side of the first diamond.
Mm-hmm.
One ball, and then I don't know.
Well, I mean, he could hit the 1 ball and try to float all the way down, maybe even try to get in there to mate that 7. We'll see, because he kind of has a safety valve on the 5. No, he did not. Was not able to execute that, but
He hit. I don't think he left him much of anything.
He sure didn't. Wow. Wow,
Hank wants to know how much time between this matchup and the next one. Well,
He
we do
might
have
be-
some finals tonight, so we're gonna.
We'll see. He might. Gosh, does he have a?
The one that was scheduled had to be pushed. It's on another table already. They wanted to do it, so there won't be one right after this. There may be one shortly, not right after.
All right, so there won't be a matchup on right after this, but there will be one coming up shortly. There should be 1 or 2 more matches on here tonight. We're a little short-handed, so some of them may not have commentary this weekend.
Well, if he can shoot the 3 ball first, that is the one he probably is going to take. But it looks like that 7-2 maybe combos. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That is still the tricky. That is still the tricky part of this run out. And become even trickier now that 12 ball's blocking one of the pockets.
Yep. Look at that.
Yeah.
That was a tight squeeze, too.
That was a good shot. Not sure he came out quite as far as he wanted to here.
No, he probably wanted to be about another 3 inches over, but...
Well, he wants to be able to... I'll tell you, I think what he would love to be able to do is to be able to shoot and be able to get the cue ball back over about where the 8 ball is. That would be... Oh, takes the intentional. I think that was an intentional foul. Either way, it's a foul. So Preston comes up with ball in hand. Looks like he can probably just shoot the 12 ball and draw out and nip that 10 ball out of there or something.
Yeah. That 5 ball's in the perfect place to make the whole thing a pickle.
There's a lot of options for it, though.
That's one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he could hit this into the rail, squeeze it off the 10, then make the 12. He could. there's just a lot of things he could do to try to get that ball out of there. We'll see what happens. The tricky part is getting it out and not somehow tying up the 8 ball.
That works.
I would say that how that turned out.
That works.
Yeah, that turned out pretty good, didn't it?
Good job, Preston. I'm impressed with any of these players when they do stuff. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't have done it better on accident.
So we got the 9 ball.
11, 13, 15, 8. That's my guess. Unless you, well, yeah.
You generally don't want to save like a ball like the 10 ball that's on above the 8 ball for last, but in this case, you know, that might well be what he wants, what he's going to have to do.
Yeah, he's got so much cue ball control, he can draw that back, no problem.
This is pretty much a stop shot.
Yeah, and then it just straight draw it back about a foot, and bingo. He makes this ball.
He's sitting pretty good.
Just like that.
And Russ says, good enough, Preston. So that gives Preston the win. He advances. But all in all, that was a pretty good match.
It was a really good match.
And so there's not going to be another match again right away, but definitely going to have at least one, maybe probably 2 more on the stream tonight. So
definitely going to be a finals at
hit
some point.
the thumbs up button and subscribe, and then you'll know when you'll get the update when we go live.
Yep, absolutely.
I'll see you guys later.